The Odyssey. Not only did I see it once the opening weekend in New York in Dolby, I couldn't get IMAX because that shit sold out everywhere. I saw it in Dolby Thursday night when it opened, and then I came back home and I saw it in IMAX for the second time. Kind of cheating because I didn't make a video before the second showing. I really don't give a fuck. That movie was so fucking good. That movie was so fucking good. I think seeing it in Dolby probably made it way better than I thought it ever could have been. I mean, I'm an IMAX freak. I love having everything on a much bigger screen, but at the same time, the sound design for that movie was probably the best I've ever experienced from a Nolan film. 100%. The moment I got hooked was as soon as they got to the Cyclops scene, that scream that the Cyclops let out in Dolby was the scariest shit I think I've seen since watching Obsession. I was haunted after that goddamn part because it just kept getting louder and louder and more like gut wrenching. But then I have to think about like the whole like set piece that they had with the cave and how they set everything up and how it was all like a puppeteer too. And a big question that me and my friend also had was, I want to know how the Cyclops got those big ass like lards of cheese just like hanging on his wall. But it was so hard to kind of find something that was wrong with that movie. The only thing that I feel like I can confidently say is that it's not Nolan's best film, but it's still such a really well made film because all of the actors do such a great job. I think the best actor in that movie had to have been Pattinson, because when I first watched it in New York, I honestly thought he gave like a subpar performance. I was kind of like, he's just kind of bland. He's just kind of there. He's just like saying these, like, it feels like he kind of just showed up and just read the lines, even though he was throwing in some small little like things and stuff like that with, you know, like some of the screaming scenes and whatnot. But then when I watched it a second time, like, I thought it was so mediocre, but at the same time it felt like it just fit him because it didn't feel anything special. It just felt like I was watching Robert Pattinson, which made me realize that he's that good to make me believe that he's casually this person, like maybe a phoned in performance was something as good as that specific character. I do not know if that made sense. If it did, perfect. If not, I don't know how else to describe it because it's such a weird, kind of peculiar situation that I don't think I've ever kind of watched from any other actor in any other movie. But I think he was the standout. I think, again, at first, I think Tom Holland was very underwhelming. And then on the second go around, when I watched it back home in IMAX, he's honestly, I mean, he said it himself in some of the interviews, he's playing like a 16-year-old, 18-year-old kid that is not mentally mature, and he's just kind of being childish, and the way he like yells and the way he says lines are not nuanced really. And honestly, I kind of like it. Like, the more I think about it, I think Tom was able to bring his acting chops out to make me not like him because he's acting like a child, but fuck, it worked, didn't it? Matt Damon was so good in that movie though. He was phenomenal as Odysseus. All the scenes where he's actually fighting in Troy, and then he's fighting and he's in the Cyclops cave helping his men try and escape, and the siren scene especially, and then the end of the movie, like, it was every aspect of Matt Damon in that movie was just perfect. And honestly, it was kind of weird to see him in a lead spot of like that kind of caliber. I feel like it's rare whenever that happens, like nowadays, because he used to be the lead in so much stuff when we were a lot younger, but now it's just kind of like Matt Damon's like a side character, or at least he's, you know, like a co-lead actor with like Ben Affleck in that cop show or that cop movie. I'm starting to think that Ludwig is gonna get another Oscar. I am trying really hard to figure out who the hell could compete with him this year. If anything, it might be Daniel, I forget his last name, that did Project Hail Mary, because that was a really good score. But at the same time, the Ithaca song that Ludwig made for the castle and for, you know, all the scenes in Ithaca were so beautifully made with all those old instruments that he just somehow found out and about online or whatever. I don't know how he found those instruments, but there's videos of him having people play those old ass instruments from 3,000 years ago. I think using that stuff to make it sound more authentic helped so much more. And I mean, it explains exactly why he's an Oscar, Grammy winning composer, songwriter, and producer and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like I could just have really long conversations, but at the same time, I really haven't met anyone or talked to anyone that hasn't liked this movie. Even my little brother likes this movie, and he does not like a lot of shit, honestly. I will say I'm going to go back to the Nolan kind of rankings. I don't think it's his best movie at all. I think Interstellar is the best movie ever created, but I think Oppenheimer is his best film. And then you have The Dark Knight underneath that, and you kind of can't put The Odyssey up with either of those three. So I mean, I think The Odyssey is going to be like fourth place for Nolan. I think it's just going to sit like right underneath there. It's a good top 5 movie for his ranking specifically. So I mean, overall, I'm going to be giving it a 9 out of 10. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's a phenomenal movie. Everyone needs to watch it. Not once. You definitely have to see it twice, maybe 3 times if you really love it. I'm buying that shit. I'm adding it to my collection back there. I can't wait for it to drop. I've been listening to the soundtrack whenever I kind of get into the mood to just listen to Odysseus fuck some shit up.